Hello everyone, this is a new entry in our agentic journey, and in this entry I will show you the most complex agentic system that I built so far for these purposes. So I will actually go and show you a diagram, a mermaid generated diagram, where I will show what this system is all about. So what this system is all about? Well, it is an extension of the previous Know Your Customer agentic system. But there are some changes here. So what is the change? In the previous iteration, the orchestrator was a Langgraph and Langchain agent that orchestrated other agents, and other agents were actually Azure AI Foundry agents. And for this particular purpose, I actually made these agents also using Langgraph and Langchain. And I may ask, well, why did you do it? Well, I did it because I wanted to showcase actually the use of MCP. So in this case, I use MCP, Model Context Protocol, for these agents to get information or actually to store information also. So in the Langgraph Langchain framework, the tools are, let's say, a metaphor for ways that agent can access outside world. And now the tools are represented by the MCP client class, and they're also MCP servers. So this is implemented by using fast MCP. It is a standard protocol for MCP. Now, there is only one MCP client, and there are 4 MCP servers. So this MCP client actually serves all these servers. It could have been done differently, but it works like this also. Now, what are the servers? Well, there is a PostgreSQL server, Reg MCP server, blob storage server, and email MCP server. What do they do? PostgreSQL MCP server, it serves as to keep the customer data. It's like customer management service. So there are PostgreSQL database, and this server keeps the data of the customer, gets the data from the database, puts the data in the database. Then Reg MCP server. Now a user in the front end can upload now company policies, and these policies will then be chunked, will be embedded by user Azure OpenAI embeddings, and will be put into PG Vector database. So the agents can now, if they want to get this data, they will be able to get it through RAG MCP server. Then we have the blob storage MCP server, and the blob storage is keeping the data about, for example, customer passport or customer driving license or similar things, and it stores it into Azure Blob Storage. Then we have the email server that at the end of the process sends email to the customer informing him about the decision. So these 4 servers are communicating together with this MCP client with our agents. These agents can call these servers as they like, so they're much more autonomous, but there still is an orchestrator that orchestrates which agents need to be called and how they should work. So this is in general how it works. Let's go a little bit, just a little bit in the agents themselves. So for example, we have the compliance agent. Now each agent actually inherits from the base class, which is called base know yourself, know your customer agent, and this has some initialization parameters, the LLM setup, then step system prompt available tools that are now overridden in a particular agent, the method to get tools. Now, at this moment, actually, each agent gets all the tools because there is one client and that serves multiple servers, but that can quite easily be changed. Then this option to format customer data, because we want the data to be formatted, because these tools work with formatted data. So you want data to be formatted. Then each agent can format conversation history, can parse the response from the LLM, and then the invoking of the agents is getting the tools, running building the user prompt and running the LLM. So this is how it does. The one more important thing is the build user prompt. So each agent can build user prompt differently. And now this is a generic way that says, okay, this is current customer information, conversation history, latest message, and the task. But then each agent, like compliance, it has its own build user prompt that knows about what it needs to set to get the information it needs. And then each agent, of course, has its own system prompt, but that is more or less it. So that is about the agents. Let's go a little bit then into the MCP client. The MCP client is that's a tool that calls MCP servers. It has initialization, and it's in the initialization. It sets up all the servers. Now these are just local servers for testing, but can be easily set to be something different. Then each server uses streamable HTTP because that is the current standard. They have different URLs. Then this MCP client also has the circuit breaker that then calls the servers maximal 5 times, and then if it fails 5 times, then it waits for some time before calling it again. And it initializes it. So actually, MCP client is a singleton that you initialize once, and then you just use it. And here you see that these are servers with the tools, and again, this client just serves all the tools, but it can be made such that it serves only the tools that a certain agent needs. And that's and it has methods to get the tools for a certain server, check the server health, and then call the tool. This one using the circuit breaker mechanism, and then close after it's done. So this is the client, and then just a very short, I want to show you one of the servers. Let's say the RAG HTTP server. So there is each of the server has the health route to see if it's working. Then this one is working on the PostgreSQL, so it has the pool of the connections to work with. Then you can get the embeddings. So you can get what is the Azure OpenAI embeddings model. Then what can you do? It can search the policies, so it can search the company policies. So the agent can set the query, and then this will search the policies to find the relevant policies, or actually it will find the 5 chunks that are relevant. It, of course, is all configurable. Then it can get the policy requirements. So this is, for example, if the product type is home insurance, then it will just get the policies that have home insurance that are related to home insurance, for example. Then it can check the compliance. It can check if the customer data complies to certain policies, and then it can list the policy categories which are there. It can also delete a policy document, and these are things that the RAG HTTP server can do. And that is more or less what I wanted to show. So this server is running more or less the same as it ran previously. So there is a front end that let me just I will not show because then I need to go another video. But yeah, for whoever wants to know more, I'm willing to show more about this. And actually, in the future, I plan now to extend this with more, let's say, production ready features, such that this will slowly grow into something that you can say, okay, now this is in a sense production ready with all the support that I get, let's say, from my DevOps team. I can put this now into production and it will just work. Okay, thank you for now and see you next time.